everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Here we share beginner-friendly tutorial videos on Scratch, Roblox, Minecraft, web programming, and many more. And today we're going to teach you how to draw an Easter bunny in Python Turtle. Okay, so first let's see how the project will look like at the very end. This is my code, and when you click Run, the turtle will draw an Easter bunny for you. So if you enlarge the screen a little bit, you'll be able to see the whole bunny. All right, so let's get coding. You can see that I'm now on the Replit website, and I'm already logged in. So if you haven't created an account, you can log in with your Google account or with your GitHub account, or just create a pure Replit account. And then you will be taken to a menu like that. And in the top left corner, you will have an option new REPL, which means just a new project. So if you click on this, there will be different languages to choose. And today we're going to use Python with Turtle. So I'm clicking Python with Turtle, and let's give a meaningful name. So I'm going to type in "it's the bunny" and just click Create. So this will take me to a whole new page with an empty place where I can type code. And in the screen out there, the result of my code will be visible. So whatever I draw with my turtle, it will be there. First of all, I'll import everything from the Python Turtle library, so that we can use all the custom functions that are there. So let's write from turtle import star, which means all, and this imports all the functions that we need for today's project. Then let's set up the screen. So the initial setup for any project is creating the screen. And for our case, let's create the screen. And then let's set the color to a certain color that we like. Feel free to change any of the colors that I'm using. I'm just going to background color. I'm going to set it to wheat, which will be a little bit like beige. And then let's create a turtle. So my turtle will be a turtle, no wonder. And secondly, my turtle will also have a certain speed. For this project, because it's quite complicated, well, you have to draw a lot of shapes, we will set the speed to fastest so that it doesn't take too long of time to draw. Okay, so now we have created the screen, and now we have also created the turtle. The next thing we're going to do is define all the shapes. So we're going to use a couple of different shapes. We're going to use rectangles, circles, and arcs, and it will be useful to put them all together in a function. But before we do that, just a quick reminder, if you like this video so far, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and check out all the other videos that we have also created. All right, so shapes. Let's define a function called myRectangle. And it will have a couple of parameters that we will be able to set each time we call the function later on in the code. The T is going to be our turtle. So even though it doesn't seem like a turtle yet, we will use it like a turtle. So first of all, let's have an indentation, and let's write t.pinup and t.color C. This means we don't we are not drawing anything, and we set the color to the correct one. Then we set the heading to 0, which is the alignment, so it will be facing in exactly the same direction at the beginning, because sometimes we might change the heading later on, and then we don't want to end up with a rectangle that's just like diagonally. So we set the heading to 0, and then we go to the right position, so position X and position Y. This will be the starting position. Then we start drawing because we're already set up. And to fill in different shapes, we use the functions begin fill and end fill. So before actually starting to draw, let's use the function begin fill. And this will start drawing the shape that we want to have and start filling it in with a color. Then in a loop, but a very short loop because only twice, we will go forward, X steps, and then right, and then again forward, and then again right. Theoretically, left would do as well. It's just a matter of naming your variables and selecting which one is drawn first. All right, and we already have our rectangle. We already have all the colors and speeds set up. So the only thing we need to do is go out of the loop and end the filling. So that was one shape that we're going to use, a rectangle. Now let's do the circle. So for the circle, let's also define a myCircle function. This time with a circle, position X, position Y, the radius and the color. So circle does not have an X and Y side, it only has a radius. And this is going to be very similar. So actually, we don't want to type that in again. Let's select all of this and paste it here. Remember to adjust the indentation so that the indentation is correct. So you have one indent from the def keyword. And then after setting everything up, let's do the circle. However, there is also a method called circle in the Python Turtle library. So we just type in T circle R. There is no need to do a loop because a function that draws the circle already exists, and we only need to draw the circle once. So we draw a circle and then we end fill. All right, so the last function that we're going to create is a function called myArc. And we will use quite similar arguments for those. So myArc will have a turtle, a position X, position Y, and then a radius and an additional angle and a heading. And then we will have the color. So for this, we will make it very similar to the circle because there is a function that enables us to draw an arc based on the angle that we want to have, so the angle that we want to cover, and the radius of the circle already in Python Turtle. So we can copy the whole myCircle method, but we need to be mindful because while pen-up color are the same, the set heading will be set to a custom heading. So this time we will have a we can change the heading each time we use the function. And then we go to the next position. We start drawing, begin filling it in, and there is a way to draw an arc using the circle method. The only thing you need to do is inside the brackets, you enter another argument, which is r and angle. Yep, and the arc function should already be done. All right, so these functions have already been created. So all the helper functions are ready. Now is the time to start drawing our bunny. So let's start from the left ear. The ear will be a rectangle. And let's pass all the arguments. Now, the turtle that we have created is called my turtle. And then there will be a couple of numbers that correspond to the right positions of every element of the bunny. Okay. And then a circle. So this will make the bunny ears look like that. So there will be a rectangle and then a circle on the top, which means actually we will see it as a long ear with a semicircle. So we also pass my turtle, then -2 to 5, 25, 25, and silver. So because it's the same color, you won't see the edges. And then we can theoretically also copy and paste those and change a couple of numbers. So for this, instead of 50, we'll do -240, and then 50, 30, 90, and instead of silver, we will do hot pink. Then here in -225 stays the same, and then 35 and 15. And we change the color to hot pink as well. Pink. Right, and this means that the ears will have another shape inside. So the ear will be like that, and then there will be additional narrower shape inside. So just like in normal bunny ears, they are different. So they have a different color on the inside. All right, so this is the left ear. Now, as you can imagine, the right ear will probably be quite similar, but with a couple of positions changed. So let's actually copy everything and write right ear. And in the first line, change the X position to -180, -180, not 280, yeah, -180, and the rest stays the same. Then, instead of -225, we will change it by 70 again. So everything is shifted by 70, as you can see. So it will be -155, 25, and 25. And then we do -70, and then we do again -155. All right. So this should be it for the ears. Now we need to create the head and the body. So for the head and the body, it will be rather circular because the head is, well, quite similar to a circle. And the body will be similar to a circle as well in our case. So let's write a comment saying head and body so that we know what we're doing, but you don't need to write the comments. And then let's create my circle with my turtle. and minus 190, minus 220, 100, and the color will be silver. Okay, and let's copy it 2 times so that we can have 3 different lines here. And in the second line, change the second number to minus 500 and the last number to 150. And then you have minus 190, second number changed to minus 450 and 100. And hot pink. So this will be the inside of the belly, kind of. Well, the inner side. All right, so these 3 circles will serve as the head and the body. And the next thing will be to create the eyes. So let's think of how to create the eyes. As you can imagine, eyes will not be rectangles, eyes will be circles as well. So let's write hashtag eyes, my circle, and the turtle will be drawing it. And these are the numbers. So minus 215, minus 110 and 10. And the color will be navy, but of course you're happy to, you're free to change it. And again, copy and paste that. And you can think for a second whether we should change the X coordinate or the Y coordinate. So a tip is that if you have an eye, you usually have an eye next to the other eye. So the position of the eye is changed horizontally. This means, again, we only need to change the position of X. So instead of minus 215, we will have minus 165. And this should be it for the eyes. So again, there is a lot of things on a bunny's face. And another thing that we're going to create is the nose. The nose actually will be a little bit complicated, not because it's more complicated than that, but because it's going to be 3 lines. So it's going to consist of 3 lines. We don't have a custom function that creates 3 lines. So we need to write everything from scratch again. So let's write nose. Later on, you can make that into a function, but we will not reuse it. We will just use it once here. So there is really no point to make that a separate function. And similarly to the beginning in the custom functions, we'll use a similar technique to create the nose and to set up the positions for the nose. So first of all, do myTurtle.penUp. Second of all, myTurtle.goTo minus 200 and minus 130. And then myTurtle.color hot pink. Then we put the pen down back again. And begin filling. And then we draw the 3 lines that I've talked about earlier. So the first one will be this. That's minus 130, so minus 180 and minus 130. And then we will do minus 190 and minus 150. my turtle dot go to minus 200 and minus 130. So actually these will not be 3 lines. This will be 3 points between which we will draw 2 different lines. So this will be like a typical nose from a cartoon or something. So the last thing probably that we have left is the mouth when it comes to the bunny's face. So the mouth is going to be very, very easy. That's right. Hashtag mouth. And you can think of what is a mouth. So how does a mouth look like when you're drawing a cartoon or just painting by yourself? But a mouth is usually something like this. So it's usually an arc. Well, it's upside when somebody's happy. It's the other way around when somebody's sad. But it's usually a part of a circle. So in this case, it's going to be a part of a circle as well. So my arc, my turtle, then minus 190, minus 150, 20, 150, minus 90. And there's a lot of numbers, but you can just safely copy them. And then also hot pink. And let's copy and paste that and change things a little bit. So this will be unchanged, this will be unchanged. Let's change the 20 to minus 20 and leave everything else. So these 2 arcs will be for the mouth of the bunny. And now let's try to write the Easter wishes. So let's have a comment that says text. And then my turtle dot pen up, because we need to leave the place where we were drawing and go up. So we will change the position without drawing anything to 100 and 200. Set the color to navy. That's at least in my design. And then pen down, which means start drawing. And then there is a special function called write. And the first line will just say happy, because happy and Easter. So first we will do happy, then align option will be equal to center, and the font will be equal to open bracket, close bracket, impact, that's the name of the font. I'll remember to make it capitalized. And then in the inner brackets, you still write 100 and bold, because these are all information concerning the type of font that we use. And then let's copy the go-to line. And this time let's go to 100 and 100, so a little bit lower. And my turtle dot pen down. And again, we can copy the right line this time because we need to write Easter this time. So this will also use the same font and the same function. We just need to write Easter instead of happy. And if we want the Easter to be a little bit larger, we can even make the 100 into a 110 so that it's slightly larger, but feel free to change it. Okay, so the last thing is hiding the turtle, because we don't want the turtle to stay on a Easter card, especially if you want to send it to somebody. But if you like turtles on Easter cards, you're also free to leave it there. And there's a method for that called hide turtle. So if we hide the turtle, we just need to write the name of the turtle dot hide turtle, and it will hide itself. All right, so right now let's see how it actually looks like. So if we run it, you will see a bunny here, and the mouth looks a little bit funny, but the body is a circle and it has the right ears, and there is also a Happy Easter sign at the very top. If you make the screen bigger, you can see everything at the same time. So this is for you to adjust. Okay, that would be it for today. Thank you very much for staying with us, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. You can also check out all the other videos that we have done while you're waiting for the next one to come. Thanks again for staying with us, and goodbye.